Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm your host, Suze, and with me are my beautiful co-hosts, Tammy and Ash. Ladies, how are you doing this evening?
I'm not bad.
The hesitation because nobody wants to talk over each other.
I'm like, somebody speak.
I'm good.
I never asked you yet. I never freaking asked you yet. I'm waiting for Tammy to tell me how she is.
I'm well.
That's good. So we got not bad. We got well. We also have Dave. Dave from Perception Correction with us, usually, as usual, fact-checking our misinformation. Dave, you may now answer. How are you?
I'll wait for them to go first.
They win already.
Okay, I'm good.
Pay attention. What, are you sleeping over there?
No. Don't make me bring up your ASMR subscribers.
Yeah. Oh, God. We also have our editor / producer, Hayden, bringing his swagger back to the show. Hayden, how are you?
I am feeling accomplished.
Accomplished? What
Yes.
the hell did you do to feel so accomplished?
Yeah.
Today, around lunchtime, I got the keys to my new apartment.
Oh, and now we're having a party. When is the party?
Not for a while. I'm poor now.
We will bring the things. We will bring the things.
Okay, well then,
We'll make
not
it
for a while because I'm still poor.
Tammy's bringing bread and pasta.
Yeah, well, I don't drink or smoke or do any of the fun stuff, so all I can do is bring bread and pasta. That's about as exciting as I get.
Hey, sparkling water with lemon. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, also sparkling water with lemon.
See, we got this.
Easy, everyone. Don't get too crazy.
I will bring the wine.
Okay.
Dave is going to bring the ribs, right, Dave?
Correct.
And
Perfect. This is great.
Ash is bringing rabbit.
I knew you were going to say that.
Ash, will you kill it yourself for me?
Oh, God. I would also like to wish everyone a very, very, very happy anniversary. Today marks the 1-year birth of the broadcast. So happy anniversary, everybody.
That is awesome. Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah,
that's a huge commitment, guys. I'm proud of you. I'm only on month 9 or something.
Month 9.
Probably not even.
Oh, look, it's a cute little bunny. Did you see the bunny?
If we're the broads, what are you guys? The rods?
The dudes.
The rods.
We're the dudes.
Yeah, I'm going to go with dudes. Rods is a little harsh.
No. Wait, I like the rods. All right,
we should start a spin-off podcast, Dave, called the Rodcast.
Ooh.
And we can talk about fishing.
I'm making the logo right now.
The Rodcast.
Yeah, we can talk about fishing. That's perfect. The Rodcast. That's a great name for a fishing podcast. I like to fish.
It actually is.
Side note, every 2 weeks at my work, we have 20 to 30 fishing enthusiasts come and set up their own screen and talk about rods and lures and boats. And so anyways.
I just remembered something. So when we first were discussing the birthing of the podcast, we have a group chat, and I hope you ladies don't mind, but the name of the group chat is Bitches Be Casting. And I remember when we were trying to think of a name, I remember us discussing if we should do Bitches Be Casting. And I remember saying it to my husband, and my husband going, "It sounds like it's about fishing."
Yeah, that's what my parents said too.
Now you guys are going to do your fishing rodcast.
Yeah, and?
Nothing wrong with
Just
that.
made me think of it. That's all. That's it. So, are you guys ready to get back into it? I know we took a bit of a break. Life's been busy. I myself had a shit storm of a few weeks. So I'm totally out of the loop, and I have zero plan for tonight. So we're just going to freestyle, winging it fully.
I like the honesty,
that's perfect
too.
because that's how we started.
That is kind of how we started.
True.
So what has been the 411 on all things crazy this past few weeks?
Well,
there was that. There's
one at a time.
Sorry.
There's
so much going on right now. I mean, obviously, the Super Bowl just happened yesterday, where Taylor Swift got booed. So that was pretty
I love
awesome.
that for her. Love that for her.
I saw her. She's like looking all uncomfortable. And she's like, "What is happening?"
That was an epic moment in television, I have to say.
So one of my proudest moments with my kids is the fact that they both can't stand Taylor Swift, and they're like, both girls at that age that you would think that they would be Swifties, and they're
You
so
really
not
would. Yeah.
right, and they can't stand her. And my older one, especially, like she can't stand her. So this morning, I'm like driving them to school, and I'm like, guess what happened at the Super Bowl? Tell them, and my daughter's like, I would have booed her too.
Really?
That's awesome.
So I don't know. We haven't always gotten the U.S. Feed for the Super Bowl, but we did tune into the U.S. side of things this time. And something that I noticed, and I don't know if it's just because we don't always watch the U.S. feed, but almost every single commercial had some washed up celebrity in it.
Yep.
And I don't know if that's a common thing or if they're just trying so hard to be relevant again.
I have a theory.
Well, they are trying to make money. They're not making any money. What's your theory,
Right.
Tammy?
Right. But I don't know if they've always been in commercials during Super Bowl, but I don't think so.
No. So I have seen the American one every year since I can remember, because I've been stealing television for that long. And that is not the norm. And the odd time you have celebrities in commercials, don't get me wrong.
Sure.
It's not like it never happens, but this actually came up last night. And I said, I believe it is because Hollywood is dying. They're not making the money that they used to. Like the celebrities are not making the money that they used to. The movie theaters are dead. Nobody cares about them Nobody cares about them anymore. Like the jig is up. Everybody knows that they're pedos. Just kidding, YouTube. And
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Alleged
pedos, but probably true.
You meant podiatrists, right?
Yes. Obviously, that is the short form for that.
Yeah.
PDF file.
And so now they're doing whatever they can to try to be relevant. Anyways, that's my theory. I'm done.
Yeah, I think that's what I think
Sounds
too.
correct.
Yeah.
It's plausible. I like it. I'll roll
I
with
also noticed that they had the first ever all-female brass band that performed I don't know what it was. And I'm like, who cares about, just toot on your instruments. Like, who the hell cares if they're all women? Like, good Lord, do you really have to shove DEI down our throats still? But the thing is, I think that they'd planned all this stuff before Trump got in. And so if it was Kamala who was in, all of this stuff would have looked amazing to them, right? But now everything they did just looked retarded.
How dare you say that?
That means latent French for those watching.
Hayden,
Why, yes.
you had something to say before when you were talking over Ash. What was it?
I did, but I need to learn how to take my turn.
Okay, and now it's your turn.
Now it's my turn. The helicopter plane crash. I know nothing about it, but I've heard things. What do you guys think?
Oh, right. And a plane also crashed the very next day.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones that are remote controlled by Lockheed Martin, those planes.
Yeah, those
And the
planes.
helicopters technically can be remote controlled as well.
That's what I was referring to was the Black Hawk.
Right.
I feel like you can remote control a lot of things.
Well, I did hear, and I don't know if this is accurate, but I did hear there was some important general something in that helicopter.
Ooh.
Isn't there always?
General who?
So, general, God knows what. But general podiatrist, I don't know.
General Tao? Chicken Palace?
So, did they sacrifice the children the figure skating children on the plane to take
That's
out
really dark.
the general?
It is dark, but honestly, this is where we're at.
What are we
Yeah.
about to watch here, Dave? What is this?
The second one, not you guys. The helicopter one was what in the water, and then there was what the little plane medic thing.
The next day, yeah.
That was like the next day.
Yeah.
Tell me how this just doesn't look like a plane and looks like a bomb.
It does look like.
Stop. That was
That
the
looks so
plane?
much like a bomb. That can't be real.
Right. And buff.
It legit
There's
just
no
falls out of the sky.
world in which that is a plane.
Right.
What in the actual hell did
I
I
have
just...
never seen a plane like that.
No.
No.
Oh my God.
Anyways,
So what is this? Just what were these distractions for? What are our theories? Anybody?
Honestly, at this
thought about
point,
it.
I was actually thinking about this today because I'm tired. I'm really tired.
Yes, I'm
Me
tired.
too.
We're all freaking tired.
Yeah, like it's one thing after another to the point where I'm like, I don't even know anymore what is the actual distraction and what is the real thing. But I think at this point it's like a tactic to just break us down completely. Like, have you ever read The Committee of 300?
No.
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 I don't know what that is.
David,
Here we have another
Yep.
rabbit hole to go down.
have you read it?
I have.
I knew you would.
Of course he has.
So do you remember it?
Kind of, but I have notes.
Like they talk about or it talks about like basically just bombarding us with so much stuff to basically break us and push us into one world government.
What's the name of the book?
The Committee of 300.
And do you know who wrote it?
Something Coleman.
Does
Yeah.
that matter?
Okay.
Dave, can you
For- just for our audience.
I was
Totally
going to
matters.
say, can you bring it up for a second if you don't
I'm
mind?
kidding. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Dave's going to bring it up. Anyways, this is what I kind of think it is. And I, by no means, like I just got the book, so I haven't read through the whole thing yet. But that I was reading like a summary on it, and that's what kind of caught me with it. So that's why I bought it. But I honestly think that that's where we're at. That just nothing is a distraction for anything anymore. It is just simply all tactics to break us. And I'm feeling it. Like I
wear
am
us down,
exhausted.
right?
Yeah.
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 Me
it makes
too.
sense.
To make us feel
That's-
hopeless.
Mhm.
That's why I said, like, today I feel not bad because I actually feel better than I have in the last few weeks, but I'm still not great. I feel like there's just so much going on, especially with the stupid tariffs that are looming in Canada, and none of our air quotes leaders are doing anything to address it other than, they've put it off for, well, now under a month, and our government is still prorogued. And I just feel that in the middle of winter, there's been so much snow up here, and we've had frozen pipes a couple of times that, I had to go help my parents out one day, and then our own place and what have you. And so everything that's, we're just trudging through snow up to our knees almost every day because it just keeps snowing and brushing off the truck and all that stuff. And it's like, I have such a hard time being in Canada, knowing that I can't afford to live here, and everything is so hard right now, and no one is looking out for us. I hate it so much.
Yeah, we're all
And
pretty
so-
black pilled these days.
Yeah, and so you're right, Tammy, that I really do think that they're just bombarding us in every way they can just to keep us on our toes and to exhaust us into just
Submission.
complacency or submission.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. I'm honestly, I've been reflecting a lot, like just with our conversation with David Icke too, and the whole looshing thing. And there has to be something bigger. There has to be something more than just like these stupid arguments on planet Earth that they're keeping us distracted from. They're
Yes.
harvesting our energy. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
And I
can
saw
get behind
TikTok
that.
about it, so there's that.
How are they harvesting it, Tammy?
Okay, well, today I saw a TikTok that said that disclaimer, I don't necessarily believe this. I'm just sharing what I saw on TikTok.
Yeah, you sound pretty
Uh,
excited for a non-believer.
No. I don't believe this in particular. I'm not dismissing it, but it made me think like, yeah, they're probably doing something like this, like around the whole world. But basically, it was a whole TikTok about how amusement parks are used to like harvest human energy and like all the emotions and everything that happen in an amusement park. And then they have, stuff underneath the amusement parks that like registers the human emotion and all these servers and blah, 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 blah. Again, not saying that that's actually the case. I don't think that's happening under amusement parks, but it made me think more like broad scope about the globe.
It is totally 100% happening underneath amusement parks. Come on.
I mean, we don't know.
Exactly. We don't know. We don't know.
We'd have to follow the money on that one and see who owns the amusement parks.
Oh, I smell a rabbit hole. I smell some bunnies.
Have you guys seen those like TikToks where they talk about the underground tunnels in LA for like celebrities?
Those are real. The actor
Are they?
Yes.
Freaky.
And don't they have their own Starbucks and everything underground? Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
There's been workers like because there's things down there like where places that they can stop, not just Starbucks, and workers have come forward and said like, yeah, this is legit. And also like I mean, I don't live in Los Angeles, neither do you guys, but how often do you hear about people just seeing like Will Smith in his car driving home from work? Never.
Not often. It's so rare.
So this is just an underground world for celebrities.
It's basically a way for them to get to point A and point B without having to deal with the peoples.
Well, and the reason I brought that up wasn't to take away from... Oh.
No, go ahead. I
was going to say, it wasn't to take away from what Tammy was saying about like tunnels under amusement parks. It just also changed my worldview about like how like we don't even notice this, and it's a whole city that has underground tunnels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, but so Ottawa has it too.
Yeah, like the catacombs and stuff, right?
Every major city probably has it.
It's scary.
It's real.
Just like at Disney World, where they have the tunnels to get Mickey Mouse from over here to over there. We all know that that's not the real reason why.
They're stealing.
Yeah, it's for Mickey Mouse. Of course.
If we whisper it, do you think we'll get banned?
Hopefully the algos don't pick up whisper.
Yeah.
Dave, we need the suspense music.
Yeah. What happened, Dave?
Where's the suspense music?
What the hell?
Hold on. I'm queuing up. Yeah, I did. I'm queuing up another angle of that plane crashing. I'm fixated on the plane crashing.
Do you think that the algos can understand like Pig Latin?
I was just thinking that.
A-R-A, Ealingstay, Ildrenche.
Oh, so someone speaks Pig Latin.
Allegedly, A.
Yeah, good for you. Not all of us can speak two languages. God.
Watch.
Didn't realize this
also speak double talk.
People.
So this is
totally a plane.
Another angle of that same plane crash?
Right.
That's not a plane.
Yeah. I've seen enough movies to know that's not what a plane looks like when it crashes.
Tammy, you speak double talk?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
I'm not doing it on here. I'm not going to embarrass myself.
You're doing it. Come on.
Wait, what's double talk?
Can you at least explain what it is?
But can we talk about how that's not a plane, though?
Yeah, we'll get back to that. What the hell is double talk?
It's...
how'd it go? Like, go.
Are you having a stroke, Ash? We can call someone.
I'm having a stroke. Ash, did you get vaccinated?
Just kidding, YouTube.
I can't. Yeah, it's like Kinnigan, Yinagoose, Kinnigee, Tinagubble, Tinagog.
I'm going to pray for you guys tonight.
It gets. I am trying.
Music.
I can't.
Ash, I love that you knew what I was talking about.
I can't do it. I can't do the double talk.
I kind of forgot at first how to do it, if you couldn't tell.
I'm going to start
Yeah.
practicing.
But going back to the plane, if ever there was an object in the sky that didn't look like a plane, that one doesn't look like a plane the most.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
I'm sorry.
I agree. So, what happened to the people on the plane?
Well, if a plane like stopped working midair, right? Can't they, like, I don't know the whole story, so maybe I'm just being an idiot, but can't they glide it down? Like, it wouldn't come down that fast, you think, no?
Exactly. It would.
Like,
It would
the
totally
pilot
glide.
would glide it, and it would do some damage, but it wouldn't come down like a missile,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm. Unless it was flying super low to begin with.
No, but
But
either
even
way,
then, the lift under the wings would glide it down.
Did something happen to the pilots in this story? Like, how did this whole thing go down? Was this the helicopter?
I love
thing
how
that
you
brought up?
called it a story because it's exactly what it is.
No, but I mean, well, story, headline, whatever you want to call it. I'm not in disbelief.
Yeah, but
I just don't think that that's a plane.
It's a story. Let's call it
What happened to them? Focus on the tariffs. That's what happened to
Yeah.
them.
That's what happened. Focus on the
Never mind that crash. Tariffs.
Well, Dave, look it up. What's the official story?
Doesn't matter.
like,
Tariffs,
did
all right?
the pilot was
Stop
the pilot
asking
doing double
questions.
talk?
Tariffs.
Did the pilot have a stroke? Yeah, like what
Stop
happened?
asking questions. I said tariffs. Super Bowl. Look over there. Trust your government.
We already did that.
Hello?
Next.
Okay, good. Stop asking questions about it. Doesn't matter. Let me see your cell phone. You have footage of it? Delete it. That's right.
Oh man.
No, they wouldn't
So-
ask you to do that. They just go in and take it.
Yeah.
I heard an interesting theory about the drones or UAPs on Joe Rogan the other day.
Oh, do tell.
I'm listening.
Brett Weinstein was on, and he
I've heard
has
that
a theory that they're actually projections. And Joe said, "Well, how could they project that?" And he talked about the whatever they're spraying in the skies and how they have reflective properties. And so even though you might not know that there's particulate in the air that could reflect certain things, it is in the air now. We know. Well, I mean, they say it's not in the air, but just kidding, YouTube. But let's just say that if you look up ever, something strange is going on. And so he thinks that there's a possibility that they're using the particulate in the air to project things into space or into, the sky.
And does he have a theory as to why?
I
would
mean,
do that?
probably Project Bluebeam, sorry, but he didn't get too much into the why. But I mean, the same thing, right? Where they're just trying to usher in a one world government by the very fact that people will be so afraid that they'll want the solutions that the government has to offer.
I will not be afraid. I will be like, please, let's be friends, aliens, please.
But if they're
Here's
not
what
real,
Exactly. So I will expose it. Who's with me?
yeah. I think that's an interesting theory.
Yeah. Tammy, Hayden, Dave, thoughts?
I think it's
Tariffs.
interesting, but how would it take form? Like, are they reflecting a picture up into the particulate? Like,
That is
That's
what
kind of
he's-
where you've lost
yeah.
me too. Like, I don't really see like how they're doing it.
Check it. So half
Well,
of it
I mean,
or
I'd be
majority
more
of it.
inclined to believe that it's a hologram.
Right. Majority of it's a hologram. A couple of them are actually real. Now you bust out all those human experiments of cloning and
Bluebeam.
hybridization business to make it look like actual aliens from far off star system. Meanwhile, we made them in whatever military installation and finally released them to do their thing. And the actual craft that's real is reverse engineer that we've been working on forever, comboed with the hologram stuff. Boom.
Dave,
Yeah.
Project Bluebeam.
tariffs.
Yeah,
Super
don't look
Bowl.
over here.
Pay attention. to
Tariffs,
what
don't look
really
over here.
matters.
That's right.
But I don't know. Like, do the tariffs matter? Because I'm sick and tired of the constant
We're
barrage of bullshit that we're fed every day of like, now this is going to happen. Now that's going to happen. Like, I get it. Tariffs suck and whatever, but I think there's something bigger here is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where
That's what we're
everybody
saying.
yells at me.
We're joking. We're saying like they want us to
Okay.
pay attention to the tariffs.
What are the theories
No,
behind that?
sorry.
then?
I know you were joking. I wasn't directing that to you.
You were talking to everybody else, not us. Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
I'm there. I caught up. Hey,
What would be the like? What are the? You mean like the tariffs would be a way to like another distraction?
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to weigh us down and demoralize us.
Well, how much Canadian news spoke about the wasteful spending of USAID since that came out? None. They kept talking about tariffs. And I just so happen to have a list of a few things if you guys would like to be reminded of
Yes, let's talk
hear it.
about this.
of what USAID spent money on.
It's quite fascinating.
1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces.
Oh, in Serbia, of course.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
$70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland.
Wait,
Wow.
what was the name of that musical?
Don't know.
Oh my God, we got to talk about the musical. Go on, because I know what this musical is.
$47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia.
I'm muting myself for a second to send something to someone.
Yep.
Stay tuned. Continue.
$32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. That's right. Not done yet. A whopping $20 million to create Sesame Street in Iraq.
Why is that so funny?
Why? Like they can't make their own fucking Sesame Street?
Yeah, it's just puppets.
It'll be more realistic with sticks and stones and stuff. Anyways,
Fuck.
$2 million for Moroccan pottery classes and promotion. $2 million for promoting tourism in Lebanon or to Lebanon. What else we got here? More than 9 million of USAID's humanitarian aid intended to feed civilians in Syria ended up in the hands of violent terrorists, including an Al Qaeda affiliate. 10 million was used by an Al Qaeda linked group for meals. Just meals. $78,000 to a nonprofit linked to designated terrorist organizations, included Pakistan's Falah-e-Insan whatever foundation. 15 million in taxpayer funds to Taliban-controlled Afghanistan to help distribute oral contraceptives and condoms. 15 million.
Wow.
All right.
A lot of money.
You know what that's a synonym for? Oral contraceptives and condoms? Opium plants. It's 15 million. Really? Come on. For that? No, it's opium plants. Let's be serious. That's all.
Yep. I also heard, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that Chelsea Clinton got, like her foundation got something like 75 million over the years for like lunch programs somewhere else in the world. But the audit has showed that they only have given out like, I don't know, like 11,000 meals so far. I don't know if that's true. I didn't look at the actual source, but I read that and I was like, yeah, that probably checks out.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Lunch meals made of gold.
And opium. So, I mean...
Okay, I'm back.
Let's just say that probably a lot of that is most likely child trafficking and biolabs.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Allegedly.
Child trafficking this week.
Okay, I just texted both Dave and Hayden a YouTube video regarding that DEI musical. The musical is called Amelia Perez, okay? I can't find the interview.
One.
So I want you guys to play this ridiculous... Now, I saw the trailer. If you want to look up the trailer for this movie first, actually, I would prefer to look up the trailer. So, Dave,
this is the one that won the awards at the Oscars.
They had like 13 Oscar nominations. It was fucking ridiculous. Okay, but listen to this. Dave, find just the regular trailer for this movie and play the trailer. And then you will see like the clip that I sent you afterwards. You would never, ever assume that trailer, that clip would come out of that trailer.
What kind of list are you getting me on here? I'm typing in vaginoplastia into my fucking YouTube search right now. One
Just
sec.
type Amelia Perez. What's wrong? Amelia Perez trailer. See what you find. Just the regular movie trailer. And then this clip. Oh my God. I couldn't even like finish watching it because I was like, well, what did they do here? What is it?
This is the one that was made in Ireland?
Apparently. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
Oh.
I'm not sure if that's the exact movie, but when you said DEI, whatever, and it's because of the clip that I sent, like, is this the clip or this is the trailer?
I have no idea. It's 2 minutes, so I figured it was a trailer.
Okay, this might be, no, this might be.
Vaginoplastia?
This is the one I sent you. So this is the clip, not the trailer. But that's fine. Whatever. Who cares? Play it.
Rita, bueno, el jefe está con el cliente. Están esperando.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. According to our flight plan, we'll arrive.
Hello, very nice to meet you. I'd like to know about sex change operations.
I see.
What the
This
hell?
can't be real.
Men to woman, or woman to men,
Man to woman.
from penis to vagina. Is it
This has to
for
be
you?
satire.
It's not.
What would you like to know about it, madam?
I want to know it all. What is the protocol, the techniques and the risks? How many operations? How much time do you need?
Mammoplasty,
Yes.
vaginoplasty,
Yes.
rhinoplasty,
Yes.
laryngoplasty,
Yes.
mammoplasty,
Yes.
vaginoplasty,
Yes.
rhinoplasty,
Yes.
laryngoplasty,
Yes.
control laryngoplasty,
What is that?
Adam's apple reduction.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
Thank you for turning that off early. That's just disturbing.
I hope we get a copyright strike for that.
This is a legit movie that received
No.
13 Oscar nominations.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the
That
interview
shit's
that I
rigged.
It's not. So the interview that I saw. Now the trailer. If you can find the trailer makes it look like it's an actually really intriguing movie. Okay, and you don't even like get the sense that it's a musical. Why the hell they made it a fucking musical? I have no idea. But anyways, movie apparently in Mexico. What happened in Mexico? So, first of all, Selena Gomez is in this movie. Selena Gomez, the one that cried about all her people being deported, does not speak a lick of Spanish, okay? But in the movie, what happened to Ash? She disappeared. In the movie,
We went to go watch the movie and just left us.
she has there she is. You're back. Sorry. Okay. So,
Whoops. I went to check the chat and I, instead of clicking the X, I hit the back button.
okay. So
Be right back.
in the movie, she has to speak Spanish, right? And apparently there was like all this controversy how these Mexicans were so disappointed because her Spanish was so bad. And then also they in Mexico, there's some theater or something that has this like satisfaction guaranteed type thing that if you go and watch a movie and it's shit, you can ask for your money back. Apparently all these Mexicans were asking for their money back because
Oh
after
my gosh.
that movie.
Jeez.
Oh my God. But it looks like from the trailer, it looks like some man who was like a drug cartel and he's trying to hide or something ends up transitioning into a woman and then has like moral compass now once he turns into a woman or some bullshit. And that, whatever bad things he's done is actually, I don't know. Anyways, the clip was hilarious and utterly disturbing. So I thought I'd share. There you go.
I'm glad you brought that up because that thing, when I saw that, I was like, this is unbelievable. Like such a parody of itself.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like the same thing Hayden was saying. I was like, this has got to be a joke. Like, this has to be parody.
I still think it is. Like, I can't believe it.
I'm like, oh my! It's the second movie in all time to get like the most Oscar or whatever nominations received have been 14. This one got 13 nominations. It's like the second highest in all time.
I don't understand how anyone like I sat through 35 seconds of that. I don't understand how someone can sit through however long it is, because musicals are long as shit, and turn around and vote for that too. Like, you know what? That just shows me the people who are voting for, they have way too much time on their hands. Way too much time on their hands.
Tammy, your thoughts on Amelia Perez?
It's retarded. That's all I've got.
God. Oh man. Anyways, next topic.
Yeah, you really shut that one down.
No, sorry, that wasn't my intention. You just asked me what I thought, and I think it's retarded. Sorry, Suze.
No, it should be shut down. It's like I'm okay with that.
That is why all the Hollywood actors were in ad spots at the Super Bowl.
Because they
Because
didn't want to be in that movie.
Oh my god. Yep, good times. Where's Dave?
Jesus.
I think he
He said BRB.
Oh, BRB.
Tammy, I see you've thrown a link in the chat 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, what is this? What is this?
That?
I did. It's this whole thing on Loosh Explained.
Oh.
And I learned something new. I didn't know this, but now I'm even more convinced that they are harvesting our energy.
Okay.
Remember the episode that we did on the gateway process?
yeah,
Yeah.
So do you remember the dude that like created the gateway or like discovered the gateway process? Robert Monroe? Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually coined the term loosh.
Oh,
Yeah. So now I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I feel like has Dave mentioned this before?
Well, no, I think when we talked to David Icke, he was discussing loosh and I just assumed he came up with it.
Oh, no.
I remember him talking about it.
Yeah, but it was actually not that he said that. I think in my own head, I just was like, oh, well, he made it up.
No, I think our Dave said the person who coined it.
Coined who?
The term loosh.
Yeah, who created the term loosh?
It was some like native tribe thingy, wasn't it? Something like that.
No.
We were way off.
Way off.
No,
so
it was
disappointed.
it was Robert Monroe from the Gateway Process.
Yeah, Dave, how did you not know that?
They saw alligator people.
So I put a link in the thing, but like in the chat, but I was just kind of like reading because I'm convinced now more than ever that they're harvesting our energy, and it's pretty interesting. Like, do you guys want to hear what it says? Not the whole thing,
Yeah.
but like
yeah.
the gist of it.
Let's hear it.
So it talks a little bit about what loosh is, but then it also talks about the anatomy of loosh. And it says emotion is energy in motion, and loosh is energy in motion. And loosh is that energy in motion. The first and original form of loosh exists outside of our dimension and outside of our
the reason
Earth
I don't spend too
realm.
much time there.
Monroe called it prime energy because it's the original source of energy that all other forms of energy came from and all other forms of emotion come from. When loosh is in its prime energy form, it's a pure life force. It's pure creative essence that we call love. So before loosh is fed off or turns into negative emotion, it's simply the prime energy or love. Loosh is emotional sustenance, no different than how we need physical food to nourish our physical body. Loosh is energetic food to nourish ourselves, to nourish each other, and to nourish other beings. The food chain does not end with us. It goes on, but we cannot see what food is because after us, it's non-physical. It becomes spiritual, it becomes energetic, and that loosh is fuel that nourishes, and it is fuel that is sustenance.
Huh.
So now, like, it does kind of put a different perspective on, like, why they keep us in this state of constant panic all the time.
Yep.
Like, every day is a bad day if you open Twitter.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of puzzles to not open Twitter.
Right?
Puzzles.
Like I'm on my 8th or 9th 1,000 to 1,500 piece puzzle in a month. In 1 month.
Oh my God.
Well,
And I work.
It talks about like a little bit of, I think I remember David like talking about this on our episode too, but it says Monroe documented this form of loosh as an escape velocity. Escape velocity is the fuel loving energy that propels a being out of the thick and heavy density of the karmic wheel of samsara to end the reincarnation cycle, which keeps us in spiritual amnesia. One must use loosh in its highest form to escape. I want to do this. I want out of this.
Yes, I was very interested when I first read and heard about David Icke talking about this idea that the idea of going to the light or this idea of seeing your loved ones and going back into your body if you have an out of body experience or like a near death experience, and that's actually potentially not necessarily good forces that are keeping you trapped here rather than letting you move on to the next, the beyond.
Yeah.
And I was blown away by that concept because, who knows, but it's interesting.
Well, it says loosh gets converted by us. So we do it on accident anytime we have a strong intention that's attached to a negative emotion. That's the equation for loosh to be fed off. It has to be our original prime energy, which is it says what I'm calling a strong desire or a strong intent that is then infused with a negative emotion. And now I'm like thinking about all of my tweets and going like, ooh.
Mm-hmm. There was an account on X that I started reading quite a bit of his posts. They were old, but a lot of them were about the Mandela effect, and I still want to do an episode on that, but I found out so much information that it was kind of overwhelming, and I wanted to make sure to do it justice. But basically, I don't know what he discovered, but he stopped posting about it and stopped talking about it because whatever he discovered was so terrifying to him that he would not engage with it anymore.
Does he still post about other stuff though?
Really?
Or does he just disappear?
That's a good question. I think he still posted here and there about other things, but not at all about any of that anymore. And, he would get into the CERN stuff and whatnot. And I feel like it could very well be tied to loosh as well, or this idea of, whatever they're up to at CERN. I have a feeling it has something to do with harnessing energy or, who knows, but it made me nervous to even go down the rabbit hole, but I still am going to do it until at least I come to a point where I'm like, oh God, I don't want to anymore. But
I'm not going any further.
Yeah. But I do have a strong feeling that it must be tied to loosh and the satanic rituals and everything that's kind of, going on there.
Well, I mean, like what else would make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to chime in.
Sure.
Please.
What if but like a little refresher here during these hemi-sync experiments by Mr. Monroe brings us down to, those are like pictures from like his actual file and like drawings and whatnot.
Yeah.
These are the people that they encountered the most in their like state where they were like in between dimensions or walking around in whatever dimension they were going, out of body experiences and whatnot. And I think we've talked about this before, but where is it? Most frequently, witnesses were most frequently witnessed were reptilian humanoids. Viewers refer to the uncanny creatures as the alligators due to their crocodilian features. So, what if these people, or these alligator people, are the ones that are eating the loosh and are the ones feeding off of it? And then also when you do like those satanic rituals, allegedly, in Hollywood, and these are like the entities that they're bringing through from that dimension momentarily to like manifest during that human sacrifice and during that blood drinking ritual. And these are actually the ones that are doing the when we go to the light and tricking us to come back to earth and relive the cycle, as opposed to saying screw your light and whatnot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
Right?
It does.
They're like based on like with what you're saying, and then based on kind of what's written here.
Oh, it even says, sorry, number 3, reptilians feed off our spiritual life force, which Monroe called Loosh. Wow.
I still think we should try it.
Go on.
Well, there's a part in there that says the way Loosh is harvested is when the powers that were, whatever that means, choose to manipulate life force energy into negative states for an outcome of intentionally manifesting these fearful realities. These kinds of manipulations have perpetuated over time, bringing us into lower vibration timelines, shutting us out from the light as we become more resonant with fear and subject to control rather than rising into our higher state of loving creator beings. They have a flavor for sorrow and the texture of rage. I'm going to try to be more positive, maybe. We think.
Did you know that there was a Monroe Institute in BC and it just got shut down like a year and a half ago?
Why was it shut down?
I don't know. Yeah. Back when Tammy and I first were talking about it, I started kind of looking into the Monroe Institute. Then I'm like, I wonder where it is. So I Google mapped it and I'm like, what? There's one in BC. So then I, kind of did a bit of research on that. And that was, Tammy, that was when you were thinking about going to BC.
Yes,
and I'm like, hey, you should check this out and just drive by just to see, what the area is like, even if it's closed down. But anyways.
And was it an actual like Robert Monroe Institute, or is it just like a coincidence, or do you know?
No, it was a Robert Monroe Institute.
Wow. That's interesting that
they did like the CEI. They could teach people how to do the, not CE5 protocol. It's a different person, but to do the.
That's a lie, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, anyways,
kind of makes me wonder, like, if this is where the origin of, say, like something like vampires comes from.
Oh.
Me too.
Or like werewolves.
Yep.
Or like anything, really.
Yeah, like, was it, Ash, you got really excited there for a second. Me too.
No, like, it's just weird. Like, that's something I've thought about too. And it's interesting. I've been wondering over the years about the concept of vampirism and how it's very prolific in our, in our movies and other types of, stuff out there that they kind of push on people. And it's like, why are you guys pushing vampires so much? And I think it's trying to normalize, blood drinking and all of this kind of, shenanigans.
I agree.
Shenanigans.
But if they want to normalize it, why would they always make them? Well, I guess more recently they're not always the enemies.
No, they romanticize it with,
they romanticize for sure.
What's that one?
Edward Cullen.
Twilight.
100%
Yeah, Twilight and True Blood.
Even before that, it was Buffy
Even
the
Underworld.
Vampire Slayer, and Angel was a good one.
That's right. Yep.
Oh my God, Vampire Diaries, True Blood.
Yep.
I think you said True
I
Blood.
loved the Vampire Diaries once upon a time.
Vampire Diaries was sick.
Try to keep up, Hayden. Try to keep up.
Yeah.
I'm trying, okay?
And
tonight's not my night.
Dave, do you remember you brought up when you did that episode where you talked about secret societies and whatnot, and you brought up that one character, that one person who they kind of alleged could be a vampire. He showed up at different time points.
Count of Saint Germain.
Yeah, the Count.
Yeah, that guy's weird. That guy's apparently, he's apparently appeared like, I don't know, several times in the span of like 400 or 500 years throughout history.
Interesting.
and always looking the same age.
Of course.
Anyways, Tammy, were you gonna go further with that? Because I kind of got excited, like you said, and took
No, I
over.
was happy you did because it made me feel good that I'm not the only one that thinks about this weird shit. Like sometimes I lay awake in bed at night and I'm like, why are we here? What should we be doing? Try to remember.
Try to remember.
Or like as I'm falling asleep, I feel like I sound like a lunatic now, but I'll be like, like, are we here to remember something? And I'll like try to get into that state as I'm sleeping. Cause I and Ash, I know you can do this too, but I get into like very weird states of sleeping where I'm well aware that I'm dreaming and can like control stuff. And it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I do definitely think that your dreams can tell you things even if you don't know how to decode them. But and there are definitely dreams that I have that they stay with me way longer, and even to this day I can think back to some dreams I've had where I can still feel the feelings in those dreams, and I wonder like what was it trying to tell me?
Yep. I'm with you.
Have you ever had a breakthrough dream where you wake up like the next day and your trajectory for life is different? Like you figured something out, like a piece of the puzzle?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, like that one dream I had where the Grim Reaper was at the foot of my bed and then I didn't die.
That one scares
That
me
kind of
still.
changed my trajectory.
Every time you talk about that, it makes me afraid to go to sleep at night.
Well,
Yeah.
Ash,
it
good job.
was a good warning though. You know what I mean? Like I was scared when I saw it in a way, but I also noticed that it was just standing there. It wasn't doing anything, so I just kind of observed it. And then we went through the ice on a snowmobile the next day and lived.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It was like it was telling you you're going to have a near death experience today, but you're going to make it through.
Maybe, or it was wondering if it was my time. Maybe it would have taken me. I don't know.
Came to collect too early.
When we were on the ice, I got a phone call if I wanted to take out life insurance, and I said no.
Right. That's right. That's right. That's why you didn't die, because you
Wow.
didn't take out the life insurance.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, anyways,
Wow.
I know that's not what you meant, Hayden, but
No, it's just whenever I have dreams that feel close to like let's just call them vivid dreams. No, I don't really think I've ever had a lucid dream, maybe once, but I don't really remember it. But they always snowball into a nightmare. Like that's when I'm like everything starts fine, and then it'll be something like it's very vivid, and then I wake up in a cold sweat. I'm like, oh shit, what happened? Like I told Tammy I had this one, like I want to say like a week or two ago, where I was like getting carjacked, and I woke up in like a cold sweat, but it felt super real. You know, and it's just like I only ever have them when they're like that. I don't have anything like more upbeat even.
Yeah, but then I explained to you why, like what that dream actually probably meant.
Yeah, and at this point I've kind of forgotten. I think it just has to do with stress for the most part. Like I'm not in control.
You're your own worst enemy when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Oh, look what we're learning about Hayden.
He gets very worked up.
Yeah. Is this about to become a therapy session?
No. We'll take it offline.
I was going to hear about my feelings.
Only if you want to share them.
No, it's okay. Let's keep moving.
Music.
Dave. I'm just going to recline my chair back.
Okay, now
And close your eyes, Hayden.
Dave, now that you're playing this music, I actually have a question. Okay, so my husband actually brought this up the other day. So we were talking about like meditation and like the kind of sounds that you listen to when you're meditating, right? So like it's said that the best, frequency for meditation is 432 hertz or whatever, right? So my husband meditates and he picks this thing and it says that it's 432 hertz. But he's wondering, he brought this up, he's like, but like, is it actually coming through the speaker or through the device at that proper frequency?
how do you know that how do you know that they're projecting what they say they are?
Exactly. Like that's what we were trying to figure out. Like, how do we know that they're not actually giving us, 480 hertz, which is really like, fucking with our loosh or whatever.
Yeah.
Type thing, right?
Well, I think you have to go with like not mainstream stuff. I think that's where you want to find like, the hippie people.
Okay, but like what? Let's say let's say you find the hippie people and you find this like on your device. Is your device blocking the proper frequency?
I see what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
It's interesting.
I don't think
And yeah, how would you know?
I don't think your device can do that. And the reason I don't think that, or the reason I do think that, is because when we initially started podcasting, I had the ability to mess with the hertz of our podcast. And whatever I programmed it to be is what it was.
Is it 432 by chance?
No. No. But now that you bring that up, it makes me think about, have you guys ever listened to I hate saying this word because I don't even know if I say it right, but the solfeggio frequencies?
No.
Yes.
Every person
what's
out there
that?
that meditates just cringed at me saying that, I feel like. Because I don't actually know if I'm saying that the right way. SOLFEGGIO is how it's spelled, but they're very popular for, different ways of feeling, but there's 7 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they range in hertz. Does anybody know anything about these?
No. At least I don't.
I've listened to them. My aunt will. We have like a fringy group that we, a bunch of us are in, that we just kind of like chat back and forth about what's going on, and she'll put stuff in there every now and then, and it's the same sort of stuff. So yeah, but I don't know anything about it except that it's just different frequencies to elicit different moods, and supposed to, like, I don't know.
It's
help you
sorry.
have a-
There's 9 of them. My bad.
Yeah, 9. I'm looking it up now. I feel like an Italian person can say this word. It looks very Italian to me.
Solfeggio.
Oh, interesting. Did you know back in the day they used to have like these frequency boxes, like not boxes, they're like, fuck are they called? Anyways, you go inside and then it can heal you with these frequencies, and it's like meant to heal you and stuff.
No.
I've never heard of that.
Chambers. My husband's the one that was looking into this, and he's like, yeah, they used to have chambers back in the day, these frequency chambers. So you go in and, almost like the spa. It's like the frequency spa.
Well,
I love this.
there was someone on Joe Rogan that was talking about that in the pyramid, in one of the Great Pyramids. He got, who was it? Someone famous enough that he got
I
like his
know what
own
you're
tour of it, and he, like, you could go into like the tomb and
Was it Graham Hancock?
no, was it Graham? I thought it was someone else other than Graham Hancock. UFC fighter.
Is that younger?
UFC fighter.
UFC fighter.
Canadian UFC fighter. I can't believe I'm.
Oh, George St. Pierre?
Yeah. So he got his own tour of it, and he went into the. I think it was him. I'm pretty sure it was him. And he went to this like tomb, and basically he said like he came out of the tomb. He's like, I'm going to start fighting again. I'm coming out of retirement. And then he changed his mind, but he just felt so amazing afterwards.
Wow.
Huh.
Yep. So
Yeah.
there's something more to the pyramids, and probably it has to do with frequency
totally.
and loosh and all of the energy stuff.
If you YouTube videos of frequency chambers for healing, a bunch of stuff comes up.
This does not surprise me at all. We are energetic beings. So if you were able to, change I do think there's a reason they say like good vibes and all that stuff, right? Like those little sayings, because I do think it affects us. And if you look at, I sent a picture to Dave to bring up on, Dave, I sent it to you on X. But it brings up the 9 solfeggio. The 9 solfeggio frequencies. And it explains what each one of them does. And it's actually, like Suze, it kind of is in line with what you're saying about those chambers.
Mic drop.
Because it's so, like, number 1 is for the removal of pain, and that's 174 hertz. Number 2 is 285 hertz influence energy fields. Number 4, 417 hertz, undoing situations and facilitating change. Oh, I skipped 3. Number 3 is 396 hertz, liberating guilt and fear. Number 5 is 528 hertz, transformation and miracles. 6 is
I don't like that word, transformation.
Why?
It just reminds me of, wokeness.
Yeah. Number 8 is, number 6 is 639 hertz, connecting relationships. 7 is 741, expression solutions. 8 is 852, returning to spiritual order. And 9 is connection to the cosmos and awakening.
What's the frequency for number 9?
963.
So this is interesting because like gemstones and like those like precious sort of rocks that you can have, and they have they're supposed to have healing properties and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. I have tons of them.
Yeah, me too. And so I wonder if you were more in tune with the right frequency for what you wanted and you had the right gemstone, would it, kind of attune your body better to whatever change you were trying to affect?
I'm sure it would. I know though, like rocks vibrate at certain. I actually looked this up not that long ago, but like, hang on, I'm trying to look it up as I say this. Because you can look up like what does quartz vibrate at. And it's kind of interesting that they do that. Yeah. So if you look up what frequency does quartz vibrate at, a quartz crystal typically vibrates at a frequency of 32,768 hertz, which means it oscillates 32,768 times per second, making it the standard frequency used in most quartz watches and clocks. Quartz has piezoelectric property, meaning it generates a small electric charge when pressure is applied, and conversely, it vibrates when an electric current is passed through it. And like, I'm sure you could do it. Like, what's another? Let's do amethyst. So, this is interesting. Amethyst is said to vibrate at a frequency of 963 hertz.
What is that? That looks like something phallic.
An arm.
It's an arm, Ash. Come on.
I'm like, whoa, someone's happy in that picture.
Jesus Christ.
And deformed.
And deformed.
It's a presentation on vibration.
Sorry.
Right, let's see it.
Ready?
Oh my.
Yeah, anyways, that's my whole thing. But imagine you do that on a massive scale. That's how you make the pyramids. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it says amethyst vibrates at 963 hertz and wasn't one of those solfeggio frequencies at that.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, do you still have that pictures?
Of the one that you sent me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 second.
And oddly enough, this frequency is often associated with the crown chakra and is believed to promote spiritual awareness, intuition, and connection to the higher self.
How many hertz was it again?
963.
Number 9.
Yeah, that's what number 9 is.
It's 960. Oh, interesting.
Connection.
So what are the crystals then that represent? This is interesting.
Yeah.
Hang on, I've got a chakra bracelet somewhere here.
Like aventurine is a popular one too.
Is that one of the chakra ones?
That I don't know. That's a good point.
Because is that if the chakra stones line up with, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So now I'm curious. So, okay, so what do we have here? So the heart chakra is rose quartz. So let's see what rose quartz vibrates at then, I guess. Do, do, do. Sorry, I'm frantically Googling. So rose quartz vibrates at around 350 hertz. So what one?
Dave,
350.
Yeah.
Dave screwed us up with the music for a second.
Me. Added atmosphere.
350. And is that on the list here? 350?
No, it's 396. So I wonder if you could do like what does that one say? 396?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so find out what vibrates at that.
396 hertz. Okay. Clear quartz. Clear quartz, due to its ability to amplify energy and resonate with a wide range of frequencies. Oh, crystal singing bowls.
I used to have one of those.
Huh. These bowls made from quartz are often tuned to specific frequencies, including 396 hertz, making them a popular choice for vibrational healing practices. I don't know. Like, I know they say it's quackery and whatever, but I trust rocks more than I trust people.
That is definitely going in the sneak peek.
Who knows? Maybe they're trying to make
God,
rocks
it's so
quackery
true.
so
It's
that
so
you
true.
don't fuck with rocks.
Right? Like, at this point, like, the ancient people, I think, knew way more. I've been rabbit holing into the pyramids and stuff too, and they knew obviously way more than what we've been led to believe. So I'm more tempted to trust whatever they were doing than, things in the modern day.
Yeah. There's something they're hiding from us, and they're trying to keep us from rediscovering.
Yeah. Maybe.
Exactly.
I've thought about this.
Ooh.
And same with psychics, I think, too.
I also think about that.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Ash?
Well, just that they make them seem so crazy and woo woo. It's one of the, like a psychic, it's something you might go and do on a lark, but they make you feel like, oh, you can't, those are quacks and you shouldn't actually engage in that type of. But like there are a number of people that I know who have gone to psychics. If you find like one that's like I'm doing in air quotes reputable, but I know like a lot of people who've gone to a psychic and had like a pretty mind-blowing experience, and it's actually something I really want to do sometime.
A lot of it gets demonized though, and that's where I struggle, because I don't know if any of you guys grew up in like Christian homes or whatever, but I did. And I remember going to church and, they would talk about like how psychics were bad and, rocks are bad and just whatever. My dad always had a very open mind, so he didn't ever, press that upon us. But I do specifically remember like hearing them talk about, oh, well, in the Bible it says, don't talk with psychics and, whatever else. So I don't know, like, I don't trust any of the religious texts anymore either, because I think those have been, we know those have been manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right. That could be the inversion of the message.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what Gnosticism was telling us versus what, the newer messages that, they've kind of left out in rewritings.
Yeah. And it's really hard. Like, everything is so confusing because I want to do the right thing and I do believe in God. I don't believe it's what we've been taught
Yeah.
through religious institutions. And I, especially now, I've started listening to the book Operation Gladio, and I learned very quickly, like at the beginning of the book, he says, by the time you're done reading this, your faith and trust in the Catholic religion will be like basically toast. And I was never raised Catholic, but you know, they believe in God. And so I feel like I have something in common with them kind of. And he goes through what, like, the Vatican has been laundering money for the CIA and the mafia since the 40s, if not earlier.
I believe
I'm
it.
not surprised, but wow.
It's so dark and so wild. And like the Vatican owned a contraception company, like a pharmaceutical company that specialized in contraceptives. And if you're Catholic, you know that was like a big no. Like they were so against contraceptives.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So there's so much with it that I never trusted the Vatican or the Pope or any of that kind of whatever. But then once I actually started learning about it, and this, like everything that he says in this book so far, that I've been like, whoa, I've gone back to verify myself, and he's telling the truth. And so it's just like, it's mind-blowing to hear what they've been lying to us about and how they've been operating with the CIA and the Vatican. Like the bank, they have their own bank, and one of the laws that they have for their bank is all documentation gets destroyed, so they can never be how did he say it, they can never be held to account for their regressions.
Oh, wow.
And there's actually disclaimers on stuff that the Vatican Bank does that actually has like that saying.
Oh, really? Wow.
So I don't think, after hearing all of that, I'm like, okay, well, we for sure haven't been told the truth. Like they're lying to us. It's how deep do the lies go? And then, you look at things like the Book of Enoch and whatever, and like they talk about giants, and I'm pretty sure there's dragons in there somewhere too. Don't hold me to that, but I think I've seen that mentioned before. And, all these crazy things.
Hashtag dragon believer.
What was that? What did you say?
I said hashtag dragon believer. Like when
Just like Joe
remember Joe
Rogan.
Rogan when he said something about dragons, and it was trending on Twitter. Hashtag dragon believer.
But so you see all of these like ancient texts, and all of the ancient texts, for the most part, they have all these commonalities. They all had a great flood. They all had, similar kind of knowledge and stuff, but it's almost like it's being told from different points of view. Like everybody was in a huddle. They learned all the information. Then they were like, okay, break. And they went their separate ways. And then they all tried to tell the story of it.
Yep.
That's how I feel. I'm done now.
Speaking of giants, I was talking about this with my parents on the weekend, and they brought up, the idea that all of the old cathedrals and whatnot, like, why are they so huge? Why are the ceilings so huge and the doors so big?
Right.
Like, is it really for just grandeur, or was there something else going on, like maybe giants?
Were giants coming in?
Now I'm Googling the oldest
You can hear a pin
cathedral
drop
in the
now.
world.
Of course you are.
Because now I need to know. Yeah. No, people, these doors are huge. It's ridiculous.
Right? Like, I don't know. Would you really put that much of your time, effort, and resources into making giant doors just because?
I don't know. People do stupid shit just because.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Yeah, look at that.
Who knows?
Oh my! Look at all the.
There you go, Tammy. Here's your next rabbit hole.
Obviously, Dave and I Googled the same things. They're huge.
Oh,
No people needed. I couldn't even push that open.
Yep. Right.
Like, I'm like 5'2". I'm probably not getting in that cathedral for church on Sunday morning. Anyways, I know what I'm doing tonight now.
Yep. You're welcome.
Oh boy.
I guess I'm getting an 11 p.m. text.
100%.
You sure are.
100%.
Sure are.
Well, we already rabbit holed Tartaria once before, remember?
Yeah.
This
I
is
think
just-
we need to do some revisits on stuff this year.
I agree. Oh, speaking of this year, Suze,
Yes.
did you want to talk about what today was?
I mentioned it at the
Oh,
beginning.
did you? I didn't hear it. Oh, it was probably when I cut out. You guys didn't notice. Never mind.
Oh,
Yeah, when I said happy anniversary?
Yeah, I think you lost me there.
Well, happy anniversary, Tammy. Woo! 1 year. Woohoo!
Yay! Sorry, totally missed that.
I didn't know you dropped out.
Yeah, I did.
I had no idea. Like zero idea.
Guys, I'm looking at these cathedral doors and wow.
Actually, like when we're looking at them, I feel kind of stupid because I'm like, how on earth is anyone going to open those? Like
Seriously.
just looking at, like, it doesn't make any sense unless they had some weird contraption and some gears that helped open it. But like, why spend your time on that?
Well, you
I found
should,
who was
right?
opening them. I found who was opening them. That guy.
Hell yeah.
That's
You
right.
You should see the one I'm
Who is
looking
this
at right
guy?
now with the little dude trying to open a door and he's like trying with all of his might. Poor little guy.
Send it over. Send it to Dave.
Hang on.
Poor little guy.
Sending. Dave, you got to look like zoom into the corner of it. He's like
the
trying
corner.
Did you do it on X or on here?
on X.
Okay, good. Boom.
Also, his face looks like he's a demon, but that's for another day.
That's for another day.
Boom.
Look at him. Like,
Oh, the guy that's trying to close it. He's trying to close it.
yeah. Imagine people are coming to attack your cathedral and you're like, hold on.
Yeah.
Just a second.
You need like 15 people just to close the door.
Yeah. Seriously.
And in fact,
But, like-
if you were worried about like people attacking your place, wouldn't you want to make your doors smaller?
yeah.
Maybe it's like super heavy, so like they can't open it. Maybe
Well,
that's the
make
point.
it heavy, make it thick, but like small,
Make it.
so they can't fit their horses and stuff through.
Yeah, like they could have folded that door in half a few times and made it super thick so that they couldn't come with the big log and bust it open.
Yeah.
Excuse me. He's already doing the best thing possible for safety. He's wearing a mask.
Oh, is he?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for
I
him.
thought
Right?
it was a demon
So-
face.
He's trying to.
Well, it's the
he's-
same thing, isn't it?
He's trying to close the door before COVID gets in.
Oh my god. Oh fuck. Anyways, guys, I'm tired. I'm tired, and I work at 5 a.m. So I think that's enough frequency for this evening.
It's a good place to close the door on the conversation.
Ah, see what you did there.
I'm gonna go eat dinner, and it's gonna be rocks. I didn't do that right, did I? No. Okay, bye.
You totally didn't.
Nope.
What the hell was that? Hayden, nothing from you? No funny, nothing punny from you?
Hold on, is that what you expect from me? Am I just some kind of joke man?
Yes, with lots of swagger.
Okay.
Apparently, lots of swagger.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of fixated on these cathedral doors. Like the more I think about it, the stupider I feel. Like how
Stupider,
I go all these years, and I went to church. Like look at the big, even churches like have big ass doors for no reason. Who are they letting in there? So I don't
Smithsonian
know.
Institute
You
is
kind of got
hiding.
me with that, and the loosh. I'm going to be thinking about this whole loosh thing for a
Well,
while. It makes me feel a little uncomfortable.
My church is quite old, and the doors aren't that big.
Maybe that was a small people church.
It's a Portuguese church, that's why. Ooh.
It's actually not the Portuguese church. It's not. It's not. I have been there though, but it's not the Portuguese church.
But yeah, I don't really
Anyways.
have a whole lot. So
no final thoughts from you, Hayden? Is that what you're saying?
oh, I think I just gave my brief final thoughts. But
all right.
yeah,
All
like my eyes are open to cathedral doors and loosh. So
cathedral doors and loosh. Gotcha. Dave.
The Smithsonian Institute has found bones of giants and they've hid them from the public. That's all I got to say.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Probably not wrong. Ash?
I'll say happy anniversary, everyone. Happy 1 year to all of our listeners out there. If you've followed along for some of that, any of it, thanks so much for doing so. And if not, well, go back. Back and listen to a year's worth of shenanigans.
Shenanigans indeed.
Aww.
Oh, what?
Oh my god, what are those? I want one.
It's puppies, and is that a cat or like a baby tiger?
I don't know. I'm delooshing us before we part ways.
I like this. This made me happy. We need to deloosh more.
Tammy. Oh boy, Tammy, what are your final thoughts?
Well, I just Googled why are cathedral doors so big.
And what did you find?
It says it's primarily due to symbolic reasons, signifying the grand entrance to a sacred space, allowing for large processions of people to enter easily. Okay, because people were just running to get into the cathedral on Sunday morning. Okay, whatever.
Well, they weren't walking like on top of each other's shoulders.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. That was my exact thought too. So I'm glad somebody else brought that up because I'm like, were they all like just like going in on each other's shoulders?
Stacked 4 high with a giant trench coat, and the person at the top is the face.
Yeah, like.
Okay, but where are the giants? What happened to them?
Maybe
Maybe.
dinosaur bones are actually
Asteroid.
giants' bones that have been rejigged to make us think that dinosaurs existed.
Okay, I can't do this tonight.
Snap.
Oh,
I can't do this.
Oh, poor Hayden.
I think we just signed on for another hour. Tammy, keep going.
No. That's
I'm ready. I don't care. I'll use up all my data tonight. It's fine.
another day. I'm gonna jot it down. Dinosaurs or giants?
Hold on, add this on too.
Dinosaurs, giants. Hold on, I don't write that fast. What's this?
Oh.
The mythical creature.
Kandahar.
Whoa, what?
What? Okay, bookmark that shit. Dave.
Yeah, save that.
Kandahar giant?
Bookmark that.
This is why we really went to Afghanistan and opium.
Well,
And
the
opium.
CIA needs opium to keep funding their sick projects.
Just kidding, YouTube. Come on, Tammy.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Whisper.
Everything in this episode is opinion and not at all fact and is meant for entertainment purposes only. Thank you, YouTube.
Do you guys want me to make like one of those things? Like, you know, when you watch like South Park or Jackass and it's like, don't do any of the things here. This is just my opinion. Da, 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 like at the beginning of each podcast.
We should.
Like a disclaimer.
Well,
Yeah.
at least the one for YouTube. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The YouTube friendly disclaimer.
Well, my
Tammy.
final thoughts are that people weren't going into the cathedrals on each other's soldiers under large coats. Soldiers, not soldiers.
I love it. And Tammy, you are also up next, my friend.
I know what we're talking about.
I know, so do I. But what do we tell our listeners what we are talking about next week,
Actually, it's not that, but that will be the next time I host an episode for sure.
I actually knew. I thought Ashley actually knew too. Okay.
No.
So, Suze, I know you saw the post I did on the weekend of a website that has been the host of child trafficking since 2006.
Oh man, I want to talk about giants, not this.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Next
Sorry.
time.
I'm with you, Ash.
Next time.
So we're going to talk about that, but we also have a guest, and the guest is Mama D on Twitter, X, and she is going to talk to us about her child who obviously it's going to be anonymous because the child is still young, but her child was groomed online.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she's going to talk with us about that and kind of tell her story.
Oh wow.
And then we'll go back to something like giants.
Yes, obviously. Well, Ash will be next. So
And now
Ash
I feel like I just loosed everybody. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Can we get the
Dave,
puppies and the kitten
Yeah,
again,
Dave,
please,
we need
Dave?
you to help out here.
Literally Googling people standing on each other's shoulders underneath the coat to see if I can find anything, and I can't find anything.
We want the puppies and the cat, man.
It's like the Little Rascals. Didn't they used to do that?
And give us some like happy music. Can we have something like uplifting?
Yeah,
All the
like
music
that Pharrell song.
The Pharrell
This is the closest thing I found. That's all.
That's awesome.
Shit.
That's awesome.
I'm still waiting for the puppies, man. Tammy just loosed us.
Sorry, guys.
We need to deloosh.
I'm just gonna go be sad now.
This is not delooshing music.
Damn it.
This is like
Wait a
if we
minute,
were
are we at
talking
the
about
club?
giants.
Yeah, this is the Giants episode.
They entered Afghanistan not knowing what awaited them.
Kandahar.
Upon entering the cave,
They saw a red-haired giant, 7 feet tall.
they named him the Big Red Machine.
That was good.
That was really good.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, I am delooshed. Thank you again. All right, that's a wrap from us. Thank you all for listening. If you like what you hear, please give us a subscription, like, share with your friends, the bigots and the libs. Share the love, and we'll catch you all next time, everybody. Bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye.